Hey guys, 5022 Freedom here. Gonna attempt to tell a dream or two. Um, just kind of shooting by the hip on some of this, man. I'm not really taking any notes. Just gonna try to get it out there. I've already tried to do this one time, didn't like the video, scratched it, but I think it's a pretty powerful dream that I had a long time ago. I had just come into church. I repented at the age of 24. I'm 42 now. Kind of opposite numbers here, huh? But so shortly after my conversion, man, got into the Word, um, got into Revelations, was following a group of people, that I was really learning a lot from, a lot of end time stuff, deep in Revelations. And somebody, I don't know who it was, said, maybe you asked the Lord for a dream. So I asked the Lord one day for a dream. And I guess it was, in the evening when I asked him for this. And so I lay down that night and the Lord gives me a dream. No doubt gives me a dream. So the dream, I start out, I'm standing on the bank of a river. And I don't know what I see first. I see this river that's running. It's kind of like in a bend. And the river is chaotic. The river's running backwards. I know this in my dream. It's like either the Holy Spirit, he just tells you, he's like interpreting parts of these dreams for you as they go. So I knew that the river was running backwards, and what I saw was a massive like cargo ship, and this thing's just spinning out of control. Like it's flooded maybe, just not okay. The river wasn't okay, but on the other side of the river was a big city, and the city was in chaos. And this part of the dream, there is no color. Everything's grays, no color. And in a city, it's like I said, it's chaos. Maybe there's bombs going off. It's war. There's stuff happening in the sky. I'm terrible at this. But anyway, so what I see is a building that starts to come up out of the ground, comes straight up and goes way up high, big building. And this thing has color like I can't even describe. I mean, this is just one part of the dream. I've told many, many people this dream. Never no understanding of this dream. I've had people try to interpret the dream. Not even close. But it comes up, and this building, it's strong. I know that it's strong. Its windows are perfectly set into place. Strong tower, man. This thing comes up out of the ground. And then I look over to my right as I'm considering that building. I see another building that looks exactly like the building that just come up. But it's still black. And what I see happen is the building from the top down starts to peel like a banana, just straight down both sides. These black colors come off and reveals another building just like the one that came up. I'm gonna try to tell these dreams. I feel like 2020, I began to understand a lot of this stuff. The Roku screensaver was one of the pivotal points for me. Like, okay, wow, that's it, And then there was a 5G commercial where I saw this building standing in the middle of, these purple lines running through these cities. So, I mean, I understand a pretty good bit of this. Now, it was terrifying, extremely terrifying watching all this. I remember that. And at that point, I decided to leave this city. I don't want to be in this city. And the next part of the dream, I see like I'm in this almost like this subway or this underground tunnel. And at this time, I have a lot of friends in the church. I was a worship leader at a little church, Freedom Church. That's how I got my number, my YouTube handle. It's just been a number that's always been with me. That's where it started. But anyway, so I see all these church people in this tunnel with me, and dude, we are running. We're running from this. We're all running in this tunnel together. So that's what I see in that section of the dream. And then the third section of the dream, I'm on this ball field, this baseball field, and there's full color in this part of the dream. And the stands are full of people. And I'm out on the field. I'm not playing baseball. I'm the only guy on the field, and I'm dancing like a ballerina. So pretty nuts, you know. But now what? So is there anything else I can say about that? I do understand what the baseball field represents. It's the square and the compass. I don't want to get into too much of what all this may encompass, man. But I'm just trying to tell the dream, I guess. So I wake up, dude, and I've never in my life had an encounter like this. I mean, I have a dream, but what I wake up to is far beyond what I can even explain, man. The presence of God is just all around me. I'm trembling. Crazy encounter. And like I said, I told this dream to many, many people through the years with no understanding, which I actually think I don't think I know that the Lord began to show me in 2020 the interpretation of some of these dreams himself. But I do want to tack on one more while we're at it here. So I marry a woman, met her online. Goofy, dude. Just meet real life people. Don't go onto these online websites. Not okay. But I made plenty of bad decisions in my life. So, but I feel like the Lord was with me through that, and I feel like that's what He wanted me to know. For all the years that I spent in Washington State, that's where the girl was from. So I moved to Washington State. I was there for 12 years, and I can tell you for sure that the Lord definitely wanted me to know that He wanted to father me, that He loved me, that there was going to be a lot of tough stuff happening to me that I didn't understand, and that He was there. I think that's the biggest point I can make about the redemptive nature of these dreams, just for myself. Now, I think there's tons of symbology here for where we're at and where we're going. But anyway, so I was in Washington State. I'm not having a good time. Everything I feel like has been stripped from me. I mean, like I said, I was leading worship. I had lots of friends, man. It was a wide open door in the ministry, all these different things. We were praying 3 or 4 nights a week when I was up there playing. I'd play up there for hours, dude, till my hands. I couldn't even move my hands anymore. I was wanting it that bad, and just genuinely seeking the Lord. And I get up there, and about 3 or 4 months, I guess, I don't know the timeline, but at some point, I feel like my relationship with the Lord is really diminishing, because I found myself in a really impossible spot, just completely blown away, like what I've done with my life, what is going on, why. A lot of guilt for making that decision, but like I said, the Lord was with me. But one night I'm in the shower, and I'm thinking on the Lord, and man, I'm crying, bro. Just deep tears rolling down my face, praying, and I said this. I said, Lord, you probably wouldn't even give me another dream. And so I go in, and I just kind of share my feelings with my wife at that point, and I go to sleep. And the Lord is faithful, man. That's all I can say, because I have another dream. In likewise fashion, I wake up from this dream, and it is on, dude. Like the Lord is in the room with me. But here's the dream. So what I see is, and the number 5022 is extremely extremely intriguing to me because I feel like my life is somewhat of a prophetic story, and I think everybody's is. You just have to see the fingerprints of God on your life, you know. But what I see is a house. It's my mother and father's house. Years ago, I helped my dad build this home. It was a log cabin, and crazy enough, I've come back to Mississippi. My mother and my father don't live in the house. My father's passed. He passed in 2019. But the address on that house is 522. That's pretty crazy. But I cross this ditch, and there's a guy that I see in the dream as I crossed the ditch, and it was a guy. Wasn't a Christian guy. I worked with the guy years ago here in Mississippi. Intriguing guy, really smart guy, really funny guy. Real, just I don't know how you describe this guy. I only spent like 2 or 3 days around him. It's weird he showed up, but I think I understood all this after I got here about who that possibly was. But I'm crossing this ditch. The next part of the dream, I'm in this house, 5022, or no, I'm sorry, 522. Golly, I'm giving my location up. But I'm on the floor, and I'm like serving with this man. I know this in the dream that we're on the floor, we're scrubbing the floor in just service. And the man's wife was pretty wroth with him. And I see this instantly, and I'm just like, man, what is wrong with this woman? Why is she so mean? I mean, it was bad mean. And I was loathing it, you know, but I'm still serving with this guy. And I think I saw this happen in 2020. And I think I know the man that I was serving with. Pretty crazy. Won't go into that. But so right after that, there's somebody breaks in through the back door, you know, this excitement, this commotion. And there's two guys, I guess it was two guys, but these guys bring in these artifacts, and they lay them on the floor. They're old, man. They're covered up with dirt. I just remember sitting there trying to brush the dirt off of them. And we were fascinated, you know, these guys had just brought this stuff in here. And then I wake up from the dream, and that was that. And like I said, in similar fashion, man, just shaking, sweating, I don't know, the Holy Spirit, just crazy encounters. So I guess that is the first two dreams that I had. Maybe I'll come back on. Like I said, I've had many of them. I've had some really I've had the Lord, I feel like, speak to me directly in a dream concerning shaking. I would like to apologize to anybody that is listening to this. You know, if I'm not into this to offend anybody. Like, I love people, man. I want the best for people. And this is a hard path. It's a hard journey, because I think the Lord wants to expose some things about the world that we live in, and I don't. There's actors out there, man. There are people put in place to keep us pinned down. I believe that, to keep truth suppressed, and that's just not okay with me. You know, that last video I done. I mean, I've spent so much time in the Word, and just genuinely wanting to know, and genuinely being fought against over some of these things, and it caused a lot of confusion for me and heartache, man. And I just settled into a place of complacency, really. Like I just felt like I just kind of give up at one point, but the Lord was merciful. But anyway, I guess I'll wrap it up there, and just want to tell y'all that I love y'all, and man, just seek the Lord. I'm every day, my mind is on Him. Crazy how good he is. So, but anyway, love y'all, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.